I'm Steph and welcome to this video, especially for the first trimester of pregnancy. This is little Luna who's joined us today. So we want to start off with your hips raised up slightly, so just sitting on a pillow or a block if you've got a block. And finding a nice straight position for your spine. Taking one hand onto your chest and then bringing one hand onto your belly where baby lies. And we're just going to connect to the breath first. So breathing in through your nose, feeling that breath into your chest. And breathing down into your belly, feeling that connection between your baby and you. So the first trimester, it's really important to listen to your body. So rather than doing lots of physical asanas and physical postures that we would usually do in a yoga practice, we just want to strip it back and just make it really, really restful. So just listening to your body, whatever you feel like doing, and taking it easy, giving yourself that rest. So we're going to start by breathing in energy into your chest. And breathing that love and that energy, that feeling the connection down into your womb, into baby. Yeah, and then just release it off. Lovely. So first posture, we're going to come into a child's pose. So we'll need a bolster, or if you've just got a big cushion, something that we're just going to raise down. So we'll put that to the side first and come into all fours. So I'm currently 12 weeks pregnant, so I'm near the end of the trimester. So there's been times these last few weeks where I've got out my yoga mat to do my practice and all I want to do is get into a pose and stay there for as long as I can. So I would recommend that when you're in these poses for this video, just pause the video, stay there for as long as you want, and then just move on to the next one after you've had a rest. So taking the knees out wide, toes together, and walking the hands forward. So having a really nice little stretch first, stretching into the hips, stretching into the lower back. If you feel like you just want to let your head drop, just allow your head so you're not having to support anything. And having a few really nice deep breaths into the back. Lovely. And taking your fingertips, walking the fingertips over to the right. So we feel that really nice gentle stretch into the left side of the body. And again, really nice deep big breaths. Feel like you can just let your head drop down. And again back to centre. We'll take that to the opposite side, over to the left. Stretching open the right side. So the stronger and the more effective you can make your breathing, it'll really help you in this stage. So when you feel that complete fatigue and that sickness, if you have some really big deep breaths in, we're filling the body with oxygen, getting more oxygen into the blood cells, helping you get a little bit more energy and dealing with those feelings of nausea. Lovely. So we'll come back to centre and bring in your bolster or just a big pillow or a big cushion with you and just bring it in front of the chest. So walking the hands forward, having a little adjust. So depending, you might have a really tiny bump or your bump might be getting a bit bigger now. Just stay where you feel comfortable and allowing your chest to just ease over the top. So allowing your chest to come down, bringing your head down, allowing the head to just release. And enjoy it there. So like I said earlier, if you can just pause the video once you've got into this position. One of the things I would recommend is while you're in these really lovely restorative poses is to give an attention to your breath. So one of the really effective breaths that we can do is by having a big breath in through the nose, cleansing breath. So breathing in through the nose. Big breath out through the chest. I'll do it one more time. Breath in through the nose. And a long deep breath. So as many of these as you feel like. If you just want to relax and not have to do anything, you can just breathe in naturally through your nose. And just let everything release. If when you've held it for a while you find you get any uncomfortable feelings in your hips, you can bring your knees closer in and just come into a regular child's pose. Or you can even play around a little bit by bringing your hips up, whatever position feels nice for you, as long as you can feel relaxed. So we'll hold it here for as long as you want, and then we'll come up into the next position. Great, so the next position is a variation of Viparita Karani, so it's a leg raising posture. So if you have got a bolster, you can put that underneath your pelvis, so our bum is going to sit on here with your legs on the chair. If you haven't got a chair at the right size, you can use like the side of your settee or the side of your bed. If you find that it's too much of a stretch with a high cushion, you can just use a smaller cushion. So it's worth taking your time to have a little play around till you can get into a comfortable position. And if you've got a little eye pillow, really recommend using one of these as well. So once you're in that position and you feel you can just completely let go, get your eye pillow on and you can just completely relax. So I'll show you how to get into the position hopefully. So just bringing your bum onto the bolster or pillow, bringing your feet up, legs, you can just relax. And then just gently lowering the back down. Use a pillow under the head to give you some support. So have a little shuffle till you feel like you've got the right position where you can just completely let go of your legs. The back feels nice and comfortable, but you're getting a chest opening feeling here. The arms can come up into cactus arms with your arms bent, which is a really lovely opener on the chest. Or you can keep your hands down by the sides, or even bring your hands onto your belly. If your hands are on the belly, sometimes you get a little bit of tightness in the shoulders to hold that, so just see whatever feels nice for you. Once you're in that position, we'll just rest here. Really lovely big deep breaths in. And just let everything settle. So during the first trimester, it can be quite an anxious time because you've got a lot of changes happening. Sometimes we don't tell people that we're pregnant, so you're having to get along with your daily life as well as feeling completely exhausted and sick. So it can be quite a challenging time of pregnancy. So one of the really good practices that you can do at any time, whenever you feel like you've got a minute to think, could be at work or at home, especially if you're in one of these postures, just focusing on your breath and then setting yourself some positive affirmations. So whatever comes to mind, whatever little sayings or words or mantras that means something to you. So when you're feeling really bad, you can tell yourself that your body knows exactly what to do. If you're feeling anxious, you can just repeat, my body knows exactly what to do. Everything that I feel now will pass. Everything that I feel now will pass. So whatever resonates with you, whatever saying, whatever can help you. So we're switching that feeling of the negative state into a positive state. So when you think your body is creating a little tiny human, all of your energy, especially from week 9 to week 12, the embryo doubles in size. So all of your energy and everything is going into building making a little tiny human, the bones, the organs, the brain, little fingers and toes. So when we feel that, we actually realise it's a pretty amazing thing that's happening. We might feel really tired, really sick, but if we tell ourselves that those bad feelings are for a really positive outcome, it can help us to deal with it a little better. So again, just pausing the video here, maybe have some time to set yourself a little positive affirmation, and I'll meet you back on the mat. Great, so this is just my final posture now. So it's called Seed to Flower, and it's an energizing posture which uses Yoni Mudra. So Yoni Mudra is bringing your hands into a position, the thumbs come together and the first fingers come together. We place this mudra just on the womb space, so just below the belly. And what this does energetically, it's drawing all of our energy back into our power, our Shakti in our womb. And during pregnancy, we've got a lot of power going on in there because we're making a little tiny human being. So we're bringing all of our energy into our womb to connect to our baby. So we'll come down into a reclining position first. Down onto your back again, using a pillow behind your head just to get really comfy. Feet can come into a Baddha Konasana position, so the soles of the feet come together and the knees come out wide. If that doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can just have your knees bent this way. Or you might even want to put some pillows underneath your knees to get extra comfort. You're just allowing everything to settle. Lovely. So you might just get in this position and think, I've got no energy to even move. So that's fine. Just bring your thumb and your finger together, coming into that yoni mudra and just feeling that really lovely connection between you and your baby. Maybe again coming back to a positive mantra. Everything is as it should be. If you feel like you want to go a little bit further with that pose, we can bring it a little bit more energetically by breathing in, reaching the arms up, keeping the legs open, and then as you exhale, we're drawing the knees together, bringing the hands together back into that yoni mudra. Inhaling, reaching the arms out and behind, open up the knees. This is a bit like the flower, opening out, getting all of that energy. And then exhaling, drawing the energy back up and down in the centre into your womb space. And one last one, so inhale, reaching the arms out, feel that opening and that stretch. And exhale, bringing the hands back down. And then just to finish off, coming back into a really comfy position, so either legs out straight into a Shavasana, or again coming back into reclining Baddha Konasana, keeping your hands in yoni mudra here, and just enjoying a really lovely few breaths. Again, feel free to pause the video. I would recommend you pausing it, or once you're familiar with the postures, you can just come into them and hold them for as long as you want to, and just enjoying a few breaths there. And when we're finished, just carefully bringing the knees to the side. Slowly bring yourself up, keeping the knees together. And we'll come back into a seated position and have a little stretch out there. So hopefully these will help you to get through this really tough time, but just remembering that everything will pass, and before you know it, you'll have all of that energy coming back again once the placenta starts to kick in between 12 and 14 weeks. So thank you for sharing your practice with me, and namaste.